Oh, yes, I'm back. I didn't leave YouTube forever. Yet, so yeah, I left, and, YouTube was like the third, fourth, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, YouTube. Got it? Yeah, sure. Then maybe 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and the rest of the A's. Not you, ATF. Stay in your corner. So let's do some corn pop. And by corn pop, I mean Biden pop. That sounds weird. And no, I'm not going to be going back and doing some videos that I saw and really want to do. But no, that's old news, and I've just decided against it, workload and that stuff. Don't want to just start a new mega project that doesn't have an end goal in sight. That's how you get non-motivation, which is what I was getting. But anyways, Biden wants companies to, stop misinformation, specifically coronavirus information. And as we all know, the government's always trustworthy, and there's no such thing as the slippery slope. That's a fallacy. You can ask all communist countries that. You can ask their citizens in private, while a camera and a microphone is just in the room. So here's White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
I think it should be your biggest concern is the number of people who are dying around the country because they're getting misinformation that is leading them to not take a vaccine.
This is in response to a journalist, by the way. The question was regarding, as you can tell, the concerning number of deaths of the COVID-19 pandemic. And just so you know, I may talk about the Rand Pauli versus the Dr. Fauci. Mario, it's Christ, I can't do this. Christ, I'm so fucking dumb. Oh god. So in other words, she just says misinformation is causing an alarming amount of deaths. There's an honest summary. If you'd like it, just Jen Psaki. It's really easy to find. Yeah, so Jen Psaki's response to a reporter asking about COVID deaths is that, well, it's not really our fault, more misinformation about the COVID-19 pandemic, which is getting people not vaccinated and other dangerous things. But my biggest concern on Facebook is the number of goddamn inspirational memes I don't even want to tell you, or on Facebook, how many fucking, just goddamn, if you let people bring you down, they're only winning. I don't want to see another fucking quote like that shit and credit it to yourself. Motherfucker, the fucking caveman fucking stole that from a fucking dinosaur. Do I make myself clear? Thank you very much. I'm glad we're on a very stable start. And a press release from the White House website says, the White House basically says Biden and his little crew is in regular touch with social media platforms. Why, you may ask? A quote, aggressive misinformation effort from a handful of bad actors. Jen Psaki later goes on to say there's about 12 people who are producing 65% of anti-vaccine information. Now, did you know multiple accounts exist? Now, to find this out, Facebook may take your data and store it in a Disney vault, but whatever. Nobody cares about that. To know this, because I'm pretty sure there's more than 12 accounts making 65% of the anti-vax information, they need multiple accounts. I see some subpoenas rolling. But that's all just a theory. I don't actually know if subpoenas were served on Facebook, or they just, made a formal request, and then Facebook went, my good boy, I handed you your information. Although, if I wanted to be factually accurate, it would more be my good lizard. But, anyways, moving on. And, well, basically, that report comes from the Center for Digital Hate. Okay, maybe I did a little bit of misinformation, but it's fine. I revealed to you the truth. Oh wow, what? Why? I have a random knock at the door. Hmm. I wonder who. Oh my God, they're murdering me. Murder. I love murder. Okay, that was fucking dumb. Yeah, that was to set up that entire joke. Yep. Also, the Center for Digital Hate Counter. Fuck. Is basically the ADL, except, well, has a limp dick. Anyways, moving on. And, well, that, little warning to stop posting. Stop saying Biden has dementia. His doctor came and said he doesn't have dementia. This is basically warning conservatives because, oh, good old Psaki, basically said, we'll need nukes to take down the White. She said this.
Be banned from one platform and not others if you for providing misinformation out there.
Which basically means all the social media companies are going to get into cahoots and say, hey, this user's banned. Yeet, off the internet you go. And, well, the post-millennial conservative Canadian news website, must be run by, like, Jordan Peterson or someone, is basically saying, Biden plans to monitor Americans, um, well, our social media things. And while you may think, oh my god, that's positively shocking, Patriot Act, NSA, drone strikes, hello? Ringing any bells? They're gonna surveil your things. And they're gonna blame YouTube for spread of extremism, and oh wait, and I see 9/11. And, well, when Biden said he would be in touch with these social media accounts, people got a little worried because Biden doesn't have the greatest record with touching. And on TikTok, there's plenty of little girls and makeup tutorials for your hair. No sexual assault allegations here. And, well, some conservatives fear, me being one of them, that the federal government is either in cahoots or is going to get in cahoots with some private companies to do what the federal government technically can't, because that pesky First Amendment. But also, well, they're basically just gonna go say, they're gonna circumvent the Constitution. They're gonna turn the frickin' frogs gay. And, well, the New York Post, well, not the frogs part, monitoring Americans' social media and then suppressing them based off of views the Biden administration doesn't like. Who said that? Not me. Is the New York Post described as tyrannical. And, well, Representative Thomas Massey, to summarize, basically says that people are going to get banned from social media accounts for simply not agreeing with the pre-approved narrative of the government, which is a slippery slope, which is very dangerous for Biden. Imagine if it were at an incline and were dry. That'd be extra dangerous. I think we should make some steps. When Saki said that you shouldn't be banned from one platform and then not others, that sparked a little bit of a massive and raging inferno. But, Forbes and Slate and uh, Communist News Network, CNN, they were saying technically, the government is merely suggesting that platforms ban people who spread COVID 19 misinformation, which would not require the, you know, the companies to violate the First Amendment, neither would the government. And, never mind that entire thing with government, the Biden administration is in regular contact with them. Uh, sh- uh, oh no, we said the quiet part out loud. But even reason, highly recommend you read it, isn't calling it censorship more than just strongly worded suggestion from someone who can from an entity who can easily shut down your business. Oh, and the U.S. Surgeon General, part of the Biden administration, says that tech companies aren't going far enough. Farther than oh my fuck.
Positive steps taken by these technology companies. Some of them have worked to try to up promote accurate sources like the CDC and other medical sources. Others have tried to reduce the prevalence of false sources in search results. But what I've also said to them, publicly and privately, is that it's not enough, that we are still seeing a proliferation of misinformation online. And
So obviously you can see that he's basically saying, well, some steps have been taken. There have been not enough, and companies need to go further. But don't worry, the Biden information is merely suggesting that, the government may ask for companies to censor information. Just at a lightly worded request. Oh wait, the U.S. Surgeon General spoke to them and probably influenced their decision. Whoopsie! Oh wow, that was out of key. I am very good at singing. This is why I don't sing. All this obscurantism is basically just, covering up how the U.S. government is talking to companies to encourage them to, well, uh, increase, restrictions on COVID 19 misinformation, and the government is also suggesting that larger companies, who many of which have probably already gotten a nice good old visit from the Biden administration, um, will work together to completely eradicate anyone's access to the internet. Now, while that's a bit hyperbolic, slippery slopes and all. And Biden really doesn't like slippery objects. 2 star jokes in a video, shut up. I'll make 3 if you're not careful. But if you thought this was actually the worst part, get ready, because Biden actually told the social media company, or the media, what he thinks. Oh, and it gets so much worse. Ready?
message to platforms like Facebook. They're killing people.
They're killing people. They're really.
The only pandemic we
The
have is
only
among the
pandemic
unvaccinated.
we have is among the
And
unvaccinated.
they're killing people.
They're killing people. So basically, he said Facebook's not actually. They're not cracking down hard enough, and therefore people are going to die. Now, I say, let them die, Biden, because they're your political opponents. That was a joke. Save as many lives as possible. They have families. I mean, some of them do. And Biden and Facebook's, lack to do anything is frustrating Biden. And he's also getting very frustrated. Not President Trump, finally. Facebook. Because they say Biden's finger pointing. Actually, he's hand grabbing. There we go. Two hair sniffing jokes. Let's go. Let's go for the hat trick of twos. I just need a corn pop. Facebook also accuses the White House of not making their vaccine goals. Nice. And that Facebook's a scapegoat. Actually, they're more of a scapegoat, but And well, Facebook is calling Biden fake news. And well, that's not That actually reminds me of something. The fake news part. Eh, I guess Facebook's just being a bunch of bad dudes. Okay, that was a bit forced, but there's one. And well, Facebook really doesn't like getting pushed around by the government, and I suspect a couple other companies won't either. But that doesn't mean they won't listen to them. So they'll say, "Oh wow, look, we're we're slowly we're gonna push back and stand by our policies." Biden, what speech do you want us to ban? All of it, got it. We're gonna stand by our policies. And while no, it's technically not censorship if the government flags posts that it's deemed to be misinformation. Facebook reviews them and deletes them with a as a legitimate reviewing process as Saddam Hussein's election or Mao's or Putin's or what's his name Chavez or any other very fun characters, which were all legitimate, by the way. Um, it's technically not censorship. According to Reason, here's an abridged version of something that really stuck out to me. Um, the government censoring speech can, well, really backfire. Could either censor something currently factual that may be disproved later or upheld, doesn't matter, or it could, say something's not factual, and then a few months later it turns out that, maybe it was factual. Oh, wait, coronavirus lab leak. Twitter. Well, the ACLU says that no matter which party's in power, the government cannot be trusted to label the truth or fiction any more than Facebook or Twitter can. Remember when the President Trump claimed COVID would just go away without a vaccine? Mm. Which is a legitimate criticism and something that Trump was wrong about. And Trump probably should have done more research, and he probably should have worded it better. But no matter. Trump's bombastic. And well, whenever this government censorship business comes up, a few years it always will, especially with Trump. People will instantly say they're a private company, they can do whatever you want. Well, technically true. Yeah, it's kind of like saying, well, let's just say something that most Democrats believe in. Well, in California, because California is insane. All hail California, the People's Republic of California, which is very, definitely as a republic, the ability to sue gun manufacturers if for a wrongful death case. And well, let's just make some comparisons. They're a private company, right? Let's just use Glock or something. Sig Sauer. Glock. I like Glock. And Glock makes a firearm. A perfectly legal firearm. And, well, it sells it to a gun shop. That gun shop sells it to a future mass murderer, but they pass background checks and all this. They legally acquire the weapon with no negligence on Glock or the gun shop. And well, unfortunately, this person commits a vile and heinous act, and unfortunately, commits a mass shooting. Now, this isn't why people do this. This isn't that, but the argument comes around. Well, they produced the firearm. They were they were negligent in selling it to this person. yada yada yada. But they're a private company. They can do whatever you want as long as it's not breaking the law. So, and I know they're on two different extremes, but I'm I couldn't fuck. I couldn't figure out God damn it! I need to go to speech therapy. I couldn't figure out an example of a similar rank and file. So yeah, it's kind of like that thing bad. Let's do, let's sue them out of existence. Well, that company, sure, I disagree, but it's a private company. It can do whatever it wants. But you want to see an example of this? China. China, the government actually doesn't censor much in China. Just spies on you. But the companies, censor stuff on social media on behalf of China. So yeah, take China's example. And produce more carbon emissions than the entirety of the planet. And well, if you want to leave your comments down below, don't send me any porn links. I will delete them and ban you. Um, so will my only mod, which isn't paid, thanks, unpaid intern. Um, but yeah, um, if you find any factual inaccuracies, leave them down in the comments. I'll clarify my position in a written statement, whatever, yada yada yada. If you really want anything, just leave it in the comments, and as long as it's not like just don't be an ass or post porn links, um, I'll respond. And if I don't, it's usually because it's like this video is so good, and I thank you, but I'm not gonna respond. If you have a legitimate criticism or something, and don't say equipment, don't just leave it in the comments. It helps my engagement. Okay. Also, if you think I'm a bad dude, there's the hat trick. Um, leave it in the comments. I'll say what evidence. I'll say I'm homophobic, and I'll say it's probably because it was a joke that I didn't explain. Because I didn't get a strike from YouTube then. A strike, a warning, same thing. Doesn't matter. Bye.